Hello everyone, I am Diamond as always, and this is how I welcome you to this week's edition of Let's Go for a Weekend. I am sorry for you seeing a blank screen now. It is deliberate because I am taking the shot now at 4:35 a.m. in the morning because of the topic I want to discuss in this week's edition. So now, as you are about to go for weekend, like you said, TGIF, which is thank God is Friday, I want to talk to you about survival instinct. And a subtopic in there is depression, because it's only when it comes up or it shows up that's when survival instinct will show up in its real sense. Now, as you are seeing, I said again, I'm sorry because this is a video in a dark room. I just want to find a better way to define to you depression. But so as we go in, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share this video if you want to help someone. Now, depression is a mood or disorders that cause persistent feeling of sadness and loss of interest. It's in a way like you are seeing now, it's a dark room. You don't see a way to go. You don't see direction. You don't even see a light at the end of the tunnel. You don't see someone to hold on to because every other person cannot be seen. Maybe someone is standing in there with you, but you don't see the person because you're distressed, and the level of distress, depression or distress you are into, it cannot be determined by the quantum of money you have, cannot be determined by your societal position, cannot be determined by the level of education you have. But I mean, so many factors do normally lead people to depression in a real way. But what I've come to realize lately, when there are common signs that people normally portray, that you can feel okay, say, hey, this person is going through depression. One of which is that someone might feel sadness, might feel tired, and feel trouble in focusing and concentrating, sleepless nights, or unhappiness, or get unnecessarily angry, or becomes irritated, frustrated, loss of interest and pleasures of fun activity, cannot sleep too much, no energy, no appetite, they crave for unhealthy food and anxiety. So all of these are seen as common symptoms or things that happens to someone that is okay, this person is under depression. So I have, I mean, at some point in my life faced depression, and you have at some point in your life faced a level of depression. I remember when I sat to my sixth form exams, I found my way into the university, but at some point I can't pay for myself, and I had to loop out of the university. And I remember when I came home, because I was an head boy in school, and all my friends in those days, when you left sixth form and everybody's expecting everyone to be in college, because the normal question is, where are you now? Or like what? I mean, what university are you now? So I was a well-known person in my school by then because I was an head boy. So everyone was asking. So I had to lock myself up for like 3 good days in the house. I was weeping. It was daytime, it was nighttime, and I was praying, but I felt the room was dark, and I felt there was no way out, and I felt there was no way I could survive it. I felt I was broken down into pieces. I felt I can never rise back again. But that was an experience I had at an early age in my life. But guess what? I was able to go through it. I was able to survive it. I was able to change the narratives around it. How do I change the narratives around it? It's called the survival instinct. Yeah. The survival instinct is that I grew up and I spoke to myself and I believe in something. Survival instinct is the ability to know what to do to stay alive. How can you survive in sense? When humans are faced with dangers or stress, a biological I mean, functions or something in your body just triggers that helps you to decide whether you have to stay, or you have to fight back, or you have to head back. So when you stress and starting to feel danger in the face, the brain, there's something called the hypothalamus, it activates itself. And when it activates itself, it initiates series of chemical reactions and nerve cells responses that gets us ready for impeding scenarios. So what happens? You keep trying to take actions. You keep trying to say, okay, what you can do to survive. Yeah. We all have got different cases in our lives before. We all have got different situations in our life before. We all have got cases in our life when we feel okay, all hope is gone and nothing is gonna come out of it again. But I want to tell you this moment that your survival instinct can change the way you perceive things. Survival instinct is how long do you wait? How long do you wait to get out of it? How do you hold on? You know, when I was in the dark, you were not seeing me, but I can survive because I try to survive through the dark moment that you just saw at some point in the video because I was holding on. I was waiting there for some time. I was looking up and I was saying, okay, I'm going to wait, but the light will show up. And when you hold on, I mean, in the moment of survival, there'll be a point in time when you will come to the light or you see the light and make your way to that light. Not every one of us will make it right in there. And I just want to speak to you this moment. Maybe you're waiting for something so long. I don't know what that thing could be, but if you're waiting and it hasn't arrived yet, just know that there is time for every purpose under the surface of the earth. And you just need to do what you have to do just to survive. I mean, ensure that you keep yourself alive, you prepare yourself waiting, and I mean, get something that keeps you happy in life. And I mean, if that thing keeps you happy in life, and one day you will get that level of happiness that you need. And also, you've got the ability to generate that happiness within. That is on one pretext. If you live your life as happiness in itself and don't fully depend 100% your happiness to someone else. I mean, when someone else comes into your life, I mean, it should be an what I call an added value, but in your normal time try to have the happiness within you, and so you don't go into a state of depression that can take you aback when you are in a room and literally you don't know what it is like. You don't have a way out. You just dark and you just bloom and you just going about and saying things or maybe confusing or hitting your head against a stone and then you got fall down. But when you patiently and you keep on surviving, holding the wall, leaning back, and all of a sudden a light will come. And when you see a light, grab it and make use of it. Listen, we are all born to survive. If you're watching this video now, I want to say congratulations because you've survived many things to this point that you're watching a video like this. You were born not this way. You went through a lot. We all went through a lot one way or the other. You went through schools to this point. You've gone through so many depressed states before. But because you had a survival instinct right in you, you were able to survive. So this is how I say, let's go for a weekend. As always, I want to give you a couple of recommendations that if you want to survive, you got to be deliberate about it. If you want to survive, you have to have a survival instinct in you. And if you want to survive, you don't need to look up to someone to survive. It needs to be a self-driven process, and you will get there. Feel free to leave your comment, and I'm sorry for the quality of video because I'm taking it at this time and I'm using my laptop and not using the normal cameras that I've been using because of the kind of discussion I want to have. So let's go for a weekend. I am Diamond. Don't forget to subscribe and share so you can help someone. When you go for a weekend, think about it. Depression is not around you. Try to be happy and enjoy your weekend. God bless you. Share this video and have an amazing weekend. Let's go for a weekend.